In the quiet coastal town of Santa Monica, California, lived a young woman named Elena Carter. With a heart as vast as the ocean and a mind sharpened by years of studying business and design, Elena had always dreamed of creating her own fashion brand. But life had other plans. After graduating at the top of her class, she found herself betrayed by the two people she trusted most: her boyfriend of 4 years, Liam, and her childhood best friend, Sophia. The two had been secretly seeing each other behind her back, leaving Elena shattered and questioning everything she thought she knew about love and loyalty. Determined to rebuild her life, Elena threw herself into her work. She moved to New York City, the fashion capital of the world, hoping to start fresh. Her talent and determination landed her a job at a mid-sized design firm, but her heart still carried the weight of her past. She vowed to focus solely on her career, swearing off love and friendships that could lead to betrayal. Meanwhile, in the bustling heart of Manhattan, stood the towering headquarters of Sterling Apparel, one of the most prestigious fashion companies in the world. At its helm was Alexander Sterling, a man as enigmatic as he was successful. With his sharp suits, piercing blue eyes, and a reputation for being a ruthless businessman, Alexander was the talk of the industry. But beneath his polished exterior lay a man who had long given up on love. After a string of failed relationships and a childhood marked by abandonment, Alexander had convinced himself that love was a distraction he couldn't afford. One fateful evening, Elena was invited to a high-profile fashion gala by her boss. Reluctantly, she agreed to attend, hoping to network and further her career. As she walked into the glittering ballroom, she felt out of place among the elite crowd. But her discomfort was short-lived. Across the room, Alexander Sterling noticed her almost immediately. There was something about her quiet confidence, the way she carried herself, that drew him in. As the night wore on, Alexander found himself gravitating toward Elena. They struck up a conversation, and to his surprise, she didn't fawn over him like so many others did. Instead, she challenged him, her wit and intelligence shining through. For the first time in years, Alexander felt a spark of genuine connection. Elena, too, found herself intrigued by the man behind the intimidating reputation. Their budding connection was interrupted when a familiar face appeared: Sophia, Elena's former best friend. Sophia, now a rising socialite, had been invited to the gala by one of Alexander's associates. The air grew tense as Elena and Sophia locked eyes, the weight of their shared history hanging between them. Alexander, sensing the tension, asked Elena if everything was all right. She forced a smile and excused herself, leaving the gala without another word. The next day, Alexander couldn't get Elena out of his mind. He reached out to her through her company, inviting her to discuss a potential collaboration. Elena, though hesitant, agreed, seeing it as an opportunity to advance her career. As they began working together, their professional relationship slowly deepened into something more. Alexander found himself opening up to Elena in ways he never had with anyone else, while Elena began to let her guard down, allowing herself to trust again. As the weeks passed, Elena and Alexander grew closer, their bond strengthening despite the obstacles in their path. Sophia, realizing she was losing her grip on both her friendship with Elena and her professional standing with Alexander, tried to sabotage their relationship. But Elena, stronger now than she had been before, stood her ground, refusing to let the past dictate her future. But their newfound connection was tested when Sophia reappeared, this time as Alexander's new public relations consultant. Elena was forced to confront her past, her emotions swirling as she navigated the complicated dynamics between her, Alexander, and Sophia. Alexander, unaware of the history between the two women, found himself caught in the middle, his growing feelings for Elena complicating matters further. In a heartfelt confrontation, Elena finally confronted Sophia, laying bare the pain and betrayal she had endured. Sophia, faced with the consequences of her actions, apologized, though the damage had been done. Alexander, witnessing the strength and resilience Elena displayed, realized just how much she meant to him. He confessed his feelings, promising to stand by her side no matter what. Elena and Alexander walked hand in hand through Central Park, watching the city's skyline glow in the distance. They were both broken by their pasts, but together they found the courage to heal and embrace the possibility of love. As they shared a quiet moment, Elena couldn't help but smile, knowing that sometimes even the darkest twists and turns of fate can lead to something beautiful. But the journey wasn't without its challenges. Sophia's attempts to sabotage their relationship had left scars, and Elena found herself grappling with moments of doubt. Could she truly trust Alexander, or was she setting herself up for another heartbreak? Alexander, too, had his own demons to face. His fear of abandonment and his tendency to push people away threatened to drive a wedge between them. One evening, after a particularly difficult day at work, Elena found herself standing on the Brooklyn Bridge, the city lights reflecting on the water below. Alexander, sensing her turmoil, had followed her. They talked for hours, sharing their fears and insecurities. It was in that moment of vulnerability that they realized their love was worth fighting for. They made a pact to face their challenges together, no matter how difficult the road ahead might be. As the months passed, Elena and Alexander's relationship continued to grow. They supported each other through the ups and downs, their bond becoming unbreakable. Elena's career flourished as she launched her own fashion line under the mentorship of Alexander, while Alexander found a sense of peace and fulfillment he had never known before. Sophia, seeing the happiness Elena had found, made one final attempt to reconcile. She reached out to Elena, expressing her regret and asking for forgiveness. Elena, after much contemplation, decided to give her a second chance. While their friendship would never be the same, Elena believed in the power of forgiveness and the possibility of redemption. The story concludes with Elena and Alexander hosting a charity gala together, their love and partnership inspiring everyone around them. As they danced under the stars, surrounded by friends and family, they knew they had found something truly special. Their journey had been marked by pain and betrayal, but it had also been filled with love, growth, and the promise of a brighter future. If you were in Elena's shoes, would you have been able to forgive Sophia and give love another chance? Or would you have walked away from both her and Alexander? Share your thoughts in the comments below.